So season 2, uh, the main villain in that is Spike. He gets introduced.
Yeah, the couple, Spike and Drusilla.
That's the love of his life up right now. And didn't he turn Drusilla, or was that
Drusilla turned Spike.
Okay, that's right. So
Darla's turned Angel. Angel turned Drusilla.
Drusilla turned Spike.
Right.
Okay.
There's something special about that line of vampires in the Buffyverse.
Right.
They all kept pieces of themselves. Skipped the generation in Angelus, it seems. But the rest of them had a uniqueness. All of them had a specialty.
Right.
You know, Angelus, the first vampire with a soul, you know, turned back into Angel, you know. Drusilla, she's crazy psychic. She's got the psychic powers. So her, not so much to me either. She's kind of in that Angelus realm where something, you know, they just are but Spike, Drusilla, they had a specialty. There was something special about even Angel and Darla and Drusilla. They all had a special just to them. Yeah.
Right.
They weren't like every other vampire.
No. So yeah, Spike's the big bad in this one.
Right. Kills the what's it called? The anointed one.
The anointed one. That's how they start saying.
Yeah, that's where they come in.
Where they're basically like, this is our town.
Yeah, they kill him, take over, become the bosses.
And so they're trying to.
Spike has killed Slayers before, you find out, and he's here to kill Buffy.
Yeah,
his whole sole purpose for coming here was we find out later, but he had promised Drusilla that he wasn't infatuated with the Slayers. He's going to go kill a Slayer to prove it, and he goes to kill Buffy. He's at Sunnydale to kill a Slayer. He needs to kill a Slayer.
Yep.
Buffy's the only Slayer he's going after. So he's going after her. That's why he arrives at Sunnydale originally. That's his whole purpose, to kill Buffy.
Come to kill Buffy,
to impress Drusilla.
But of course, he's unable to succeed in
It's not just to impress her. She's been injured so badly. He needs Angelus to heal Darla. Darla's sick.
Right.
She's been injured so badly.
Yeah,
she was almost killed by a mob at Prague.
Yeah, there's been, during that season, he's tried to capture an Angel, I believe.
Right? Yes, and he had to get through Buffy to capture Angel because he needed Angel for the spell to heal Darla.
Oh, yeah, there we go. And speaking of which, Buffy and Angel do...
Not cure Darla. My fault. Cure Drusilla. Darla's dead at this point.
Right.
They kill her in season 1.
But
was it season 1?
Yeah, because Angel does it.
Yeah.
Like
I said, sometimes the seasons.
It's a whole universe. So the seasons bleed together, especially show to show. Sometimes it just, you don't know which one's which sometimes, but it's in the same universe. So, but Buffy and Angel end up hooking up, and that's when
you find out about Angel's curse. He's been cursed and put in the body of the vampire that possessed him by a gypsy family, that he had destroyed their family, the village. So a community of gypsies captured him, put a curse on him, put Angel's soul back in Angelus's body when he was a vampire. Now that's where Angel comes from. He's back. He remembers everything he did as a vampire, that his body did as a vampire, and he can't separate it. And I can understand. I might not be able to. I would hope I could separate it. But you're put back in a body. You were murdered.
Yeah.
You die. You're possessed. You're gone. Boom. You're gone. You don't know anything. Then you come back with memories of centuries of murdering people, just twisted Angelus style. And Angelus was evil.
Right.
The evilest of the vampires.
Right. Really evil.
I mean, just a dark character. Yeah, he invented serial killers, right? That's what it's like. I mean, he's really twisted. He's smart. He's genius.
Right.
I mean, and he makes Angel look dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
The way I'm like, this dude is smart.
He did this for fun.
Right.
He did the murdering and the serial killing just
mostly for fun. Yeah. Yes, they have to feed, but that's not why he did it. He tortured Drusilla.
Mm-hmm.
Destroyed her whole family. and then her clan got revenge. Then he turns Drusilla into a vampire and kills all the nuns that have been helping her since he drove her crazy, killed all her family, tortured her. Drusilla had visions. She was a psionic, so she would. And back then, you were evil. You were possessed at that. It's
Right.
like that. So she was told her whole life she's possessed. She's evil. And then this demon comes along and says, "Oh, you are. You're possessed. You're evil. You're going to hell." You know,
Right.
and just drove her nuts, killed her whole family. That's where you get the curse. Angels put back in the body, and he has to remember all that. That would suck, man. I don't know. I would hope I could separate. It might take some time, but I would hope I could separate.
I think there's like a time frame where you feel insane. Where
Spike spent 2 weeks in the basement. How's that fair?
Stuff
Like,
like
that.
Yeah.
I spent 100 years trying to get over this shit. You spent fucking 2 weeks in the basement, man. Now you good? Get the fuck out of here.
Right. So Angelus comes into the picture now.
Right.
So
that's really the trio of villains of the season.
Right. But I like
they bring in a demon, the judge, that can burn people with a touch, and
yes.
then it becomes he can just burn people from a distance.
But I still think
the judge fails in killing Buffy. He was supposed to be able to kill Buffy. He blows it. Well, literally gets blown up by a rocket launcher. And that's when the Scooby Gang with Cordelia, Oz, Buffy, Xander, Willow, Giles. That's when they're all working on all cylinders.
Yes.
Everything's boom. They're kicking butt. And Jealous has amped up his torture on Buffy into the season because that's what he starts to do is torture Buffy immediately after they have sex.
Again, that's part of his
he doesn't just want to kill you. He wants to torture you until you can't take it.
Yeah.
And then
you could say he likes to play with it.
Yes, it's disgusting. He's an evil villain. I mean, he's a villain. I like him. I mean, but I know evil when I see it. Jealous is evil.
Yeah. Very, very pure.
Yeah. He even as villains, you got to be careful. You can't really team with him. You got to watch.
Oh yes, he's definitely not a team person. He's a solo. If he's in your team, he's using you for some kind of purpose of his own.
Yeah, he's always his own mastermind.
So
that's one of the things I like about him. He's a lightweight Lex Luthor. No, not putting Lex Luthor down or pumping Angel, but he's got that. He's not thinking what you're thinking. He's thinking, and I like that.
Right. So we also introduce Giles' love interest in this season, who turns out to be part of the Gypsy family that.
Was she introduced in season 2? She wasn't in one
I'm
not sure. So
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go with you.
I'm just saying. I'm guessing season 2 because season 1 was so short.
Yeah, it was short, and that's what I said. I mix them because season 1 was a quarter, 66% of it season.
Yeah. So
what was it, like 12 to 15 episodes or something?
Yeah, it was like half the season.
Yeah, it was better than any of the 12 to 15 episode shows out today, suckers.
Right. So she gets introduced to
Jenny Calendar. You find out that she's one of the Gypsy clan members that's keeping an eye on Angel, making sure he doesn't turn into Angelus accidentally, have this moment of pure happiness. 1 split second is all it takes for him to be kicked out of the body and the vampire take over.
And that's what happens.
That's exactly what happens. Yes. A moment of pure happiness. He's brooded for 100 years. Buffy has a happy moment, and Angelus is set free.
And then Giles finds out about Jenny, and there's a rift.
So Giles loves Jenny. Jenny's in love with Giles, and then this happens, and
she wants to repair it by trying to
find a curse for Buffy to put Angel's soul back and get everything right.
But this ends up getting her killed when Angelus finds out about it.
Well, what's crazy about it is they set it up perfectly. I think it's like when you tell a tale, this is what you want to do. There's a big rift between her and Giles and the Scooby Gang. And there's a no, and months or weeks and weeks of no, you're just a bad guy now. We don't like you. And then Buffy says, Giles mentions you. I want y'all to have a chance. I don't want to stand in the way of y'all maybe finding happiness. And so her and Giles just start to the beginning of mending things. And Jealous, twisted ass, snaps her neck, says, "Meet me at,
Yeah,
here," sets
the
up the love scene, the
the
roses up the stairs, the
Angelus
champagne,
way
the dead body laying in the bed of
bed.
the person that you love, and you're just about to rekindle with. Damn.
Just to,
Sends Giles into an uproar.
right. So I mean, all that's going on. During the season, Spike gets injured and is in a wheelchair
Yeah,
for a little
after
bit.
he's able to repair Drusilla with Angel's blood and a little bit of his essence, since he's the one that turned Drusilla into a vampire, they needed him. He gets injured, and then at the end of that episode, he gets his back broken. At the end of that episode, Drusilla's healthy again, and she's carrying him out, saying she's going to take care of him now. And it's Drusilla is by far, in my opinion, the scariest vampire on Buffy, the Buffy universe that I've seen.
Very true.
She is so eerie. She's eerie as hell, man. She
Yeah.
looks like she's really a vampire.
Yeah.
I mean,
Eerie.
she does the character well.
Yes. And then, of course, there's some animosity between Spike and Angelus.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, that almost father-son relationship where Spike's always pushing against Angelus. Angelus is always, slyly mocking and pushing against Spike. So yeah, Spike being paralyzed puts Angelus over the top. He feels like he's in charge. The world is his for the taking.
Right. He ends up healing and getting out of the wheelchair, but
yeah, without needing what Drusilla needs. That's what I'm saying about Spike, that unique character. He heals his broken back on his own. It just happens.
Right.
And he goes and tells Buffy Angelus's, in his opinion, dumbass plan to destroy the world that we all live in.
Right.
This is where we're at. This is what we're doing. Let's do it.
Right. And then they end up finding the spell for the curse spell to get Angel's soul back.
Yes. She found it right before she died.
Right before she died. And
she put it on a hard disk.
And that fell between the desk.
And yeah.
Lost for episodes until the end.
Yeah, until Buffy remembered a prophecy, and then the prophecy happened. She's like, wait, this happened. She dropped the pencil again, and then she found it. Like, what's this? Willow put it in. They find that they find out how to do the curse.
Right. And now there's a conflict then with Buffy right now.
She wants her love back. It's like, your boyfriend, girlfriend, loved one.
Right.
You could get him back.
Right. But now that he started the apocalypse here.
Yeah, if he starts the apocalypse as Angelus, if it starts, the only way to stop it is to impale him with this sword, a knightly sword.
Right.
And then at the point, once it starts, that's the only way to stop it. If you can stop it beforehand, you can just stop it. We'll get the soul. That's the plan, is to get the soul back in Angelus's body.
Right. And then they're trying, while she's fighting Angelus, they're trying to do the spell to get the soul back.
Right.
And as soon as she impales him.
Right before she impales him, they get the soul back in Angelus' body, Angel's back.
But she realizes
and Buffy kisses him. He doesn't know what's going on as Angel. He hasn't gotten the memories yet.
Right.
Obviously, it's a shock to wake up.
Right.
From being dead again. And he's like, what's going on? Buffy's like, nothing, don't worry about it. These words aren't said. I'm paraphrasing the scene. But she ends up kissing. They kiss. She says, close your eyes. Without question, he closes his eyes. And she runs him through. Ends the season, the season, by killing the person, getting everything right, except she didn't get there in time.
Right.
That's when Xander did something that I thought was pretty dirty. It's the first time I said that was dirty as Xander. When I forget how it went, but Xander lied to Buffy and said, kick his ass.
Right.
When it was like, hold off.
Right.
We're going to try to get the soul back in.
Right.
Instead, Xander lied, I don't think it would have made a difference, but it was still dirty.
It was dirty, but
It was him. He doesn't get the difference
No.
between the vampire and the person.
Right.
So everything Angelus did, he sees the Angel did.
Right.
As far as he's
I
concerned,
mean,
it's the same.
that's an internal conflict in himself too.
Right. And I understand it. I agree. I get it.
Right. I get it too.
And like I said, I hope I could get over if it happened to me. But some people won't, and I understand that they don't. And I wouldn't if you killed a whole bunch of people I loved, and then you was like Mark again. But the demon Marcus, I'd still always be weary of you, no matter how much I trust. We'd never have the same
Right.
relationship again.
I mean, different. that's why Angel and Giles never have a good relationship after that.
Because he tortured Giles.
Right.
For fun.
Right. Just for fun.
Right. Just because
he thought it'd be funny.
Didn't have chainsaws when I used to torture people.
Right. We also learned in this season, Joyce finds out that Buffy is a Slayer.
Yeah, her mom finds out she's a Slayer and loses it. I mean, in many ways.
What I think a parent would do when they find out their daughter's battling.
Yeah, so all this time you've been sneaking out, fighting demons and vampires is what the idea she learns. She doesn't realize that it's demons.
Right. Yet. So she and their last talk or their last argument, she basically tells Buffy, "You leave, don't come back."
Ending the season with Buffy not coming back and running away.
So then
off to LA.
So then we come